All right, we need to talk about sketchbooks just a little bit. And so I'm making a video just to make sure everybody sees this so my independent kids have it too. And if I use yours as a sketchbook for a bad thing, I'm sorry. I'm not going to say your name, but people might know. But that's just, we're using you to help other people learn so we get these a little bit better. So, kind of first off, some what not to do things. So, first of all, turning them in. So I've got two examples of what not to do when you're turning stuff in. So maybe, oh, it's right here. Haha, this one. So I got this one turned in. First of all, I have no idea which one I'm supposed to grade, and there's two in here. Okay. And so if there's more than one and I don't know which one to grade, put a Post-it note or something on it. And the second thing is, I feel like I saw both of these last year, and the front one is one I graded before. So I'm not even sure that these are actually turned in, and that's not just a book that didn't get left laying in the thing. So make sure you pick up your books every week and don't leave them laying in there. So anyway, I graded this one. I'm not sure which one to grade. I did not give this one a good grade. If they want different, you need to come talk to me, but don't leave your books in there from week to week because I can't tell if you turned in a new one or not sometimes. So, and if you didn't mean to turn that one in and you got a bad grade, sorry. Okay, so next. This person knows I'm talking about them. I'm sorry. This was loose in there, which is not what I want to happen. And more so, the book from last time was still in there. So I first went through the book looking for the assignment, couldn't find it. So that took me 3 or 4 minutes. And you guys don't think that's long, but when you're grading 28 of these and you spend 3 or 4 minutes just looking for a project, that really adds a lot of time to your grading. And then I found this one and realized this was what it was. So again, don't put them in loose. I counted points off for putting them in loose. Not a lot, but if it keeps happening, I'll count more and more, and eventually I won't accept it. So do it right or I'll count points off, okay? So doesn't mean this was not a good sketchbook. It was. Just means I didn't turn it in right. Okay, then let's talk about quality of sketchbooks a little bit. So this, a lot of you are getting docked off because it doesn't look like you spent 45 to 60 minutes on the sketch. And I don't think you know what 45 to 60 minutes looks like. So first of all, our classes are not 45 minutes long. So if you come in and all you do is work on it in class, I already know that you didn't spend 45 minutes on it. Okay. Secondly, if you come in and you spend 10 or 15 minutes looking for an idea and then do your sketch, I definitely know that you didn't spend 45 minutes on it. So you just need to sometimes sit down, do a sketch, turn your timer on, start drawing and coloring and whatever at 0. And then when it's 45 minutes, if you have worked the entire time, see how much you actually get done. And that will actually help you. And I know what that looks like. I know how much you should get done. So most of you are not even close. So one of the indicators is, so this person, like if you give me, this one's not too bad because this is a really big book. But if you give me something really uncomplicated, like you're just making flowers, but you didn't finish it, it doesn't feel like you spent 45 to 60 minutes on it. If you did something really uncomplicated, finish it, and you can still get a 30 out of 30 because it looks like you put in quality time on it. All right. It's not so much about how complicated it is. If you do one that's really complicated and it's not done, I can tell that, and I still will give you a really good grade because it still looks like you put 45 to 60 minutes in it. So if you're doing something really simple, don't give me something really simple and not finished, because it is definitely not going to get a good grade. So here's an example. This one, pretty simple. Pretty sure it's a copy, but she did some things, sorry to give away that it was she, to make it her own. This one's very simple, but it's done. All right, so this one got a 30 out of 30, and she put some jewels and some extra stuff on there to make it so it's not just a flat copy of someone else's. So it's not so much about how complicated it is. It's more about, does it look like you spent the time on it that you should have? Last thing I want to talk about, same thing with Emma's. Sorry, Emma, your name's on it, so they're all going to know. She did her cover. I have no problem with that, but she did it well. It obviously looked like it took her an hour, 45 minutes to an hour to get this done. And I don't care if you guys want to do your covers, but it better look nice. All right. And I don't care if they're uncomplicated, but make sure it looked like you put the time into it that you should have. Okay. So this was an example of that as well. So then Mallory, I'm using her as an example. I asked her flat out so I can say her name, right, Mallory? She's sitting over here. So she came up with this idea for her sketchbook. She probably had some references and stuff and some different things, which is fine. But what she wanted to know was, could she finish it off for the next sketchbook? The answer is no. Okay, it has to be a new piece of paper each time. However, can she take this and trace it or make a photocopy of it and use part of it again and re-explore another idea with it? Yes, she can, but it has to be on a completely new piece of paper, something different, not just add to the one that already exists. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. But I love that because you're exploring a possible project. You're trying different mediums. You're trying different backgrounds, stuff like that. That's exactly what your sketchbook should be about, is exploring possible project ideas. So hopefully that helps. You guys that are sophomores or first year in here, make sure you read your rubrics that I give back, because if you're first year, I really try to write a little bit more about what you need to do to change in your sketchbooks for your finals. Okay. If you have questions, please ask, but I just want to make sure we covered some stuff for that. So overall, good job. I haven't checked for sure, but I think everybody turned one in. So hooray for that. All right. Bye.